The scary stories in this video are very real and have never been told before until now. Viewer discretion is advised. One summer, my family and I went to visit my father's village, as we do pretty much every summer. Everything was going great. Beautiful weather, playing outdoors, laughing with friends, exploring. One day I was walking around the village alone and a woman approached me desperate for help. I had never seen this woman before, which was odd because the village is very small. Crying and desperate, she was searching for her son and asked me if I could help her find him. I replied, yes, of course. So we started our search for the young boy around the village. Later on, we ended up in front of a strange abandoned house I had never noticed before. She asked me, can we search here too? I said, why not? I wanted to help. I felt bad for her. There was an overgrown path leading up to the front door and it had looked as if no one had been there for years, with vines and spider webs taking over the home. I knocked on the door just to be sure. I knocked a second time, but no reply. As I went to open the door, I heard the voice of a young boy. I heard it again. He was saying, I'm here, mommy. Shocked and scared, I turned around to look at the woman, and just as I did, something hit me really hard on the head. I blacked out. I later woke up from voices of several people who were searching for me. My head was hurting, but I was okay and extremely confused. My mom told me they were searching for me for 2 days. I don't have any memory of these 2 days that I was lost. What the hell happened? I kept asking. When I asked about the woman, the little boy, and the abandoned house, my father told me in that house years ago, a woman had lost her mind after the death of her son. She started to kidnap children to replace them with her son, keeping them for 2 weeks before killing them with a hammer on the head. What's crazy is she died 30 years before I was born. 1974 in Arlington, Texas. I was 14 years old. There was a crashing sound and coldness that woke me up moments before my brother burst out of his bedroom screaming. He kept saying, Armageddon has come, I've killed Satan. He ran upstairs and got my mother out of bed. She followed him back downstairs to his room, which was right next door to mine. She looked through the door into his room. A voice came from inside saying, what's going on? Mother asked, what's wrong with him? Does he have a bloody nose? My brother led her back down the hall to the kitchen where I could still hear them talking. My brother told my mother that he wasn't her son and that he had become God on earth. He explained how the young man in his room was Satan. She hadn't noticed the bloody knife in his hand until he placed it on the kitchen table. He said that he had killed the devil and that it had been written that she must now kill him with a dagger. My mother said that she was feeling ill and went upstairs to the bathroom where my parents had installed an emergency phone. She called the police and an ambulance and went outside to her neighbor's house to wait for them to arrive. My brother went to the door only to hear the sirens of the EMTs and police were arriving. He came back down the hallway standing right outside my door and screamed dramatically, this must not happen. He then took the dagger and stabbed himself in the chest and I heard him fall to the floor. The police opened my door, shining a flashlight in my face and asked if I was all right. I said, I think so. They took my brother and his buddy to the hospital. His friend was pronounced dead on arrival. My brother had survived and went to prison. Till this day, locals say that the house where this happened is haunted. I have not gone back to this house since 1974. I actually wrote a song about this. It's called The Devil Came to Town. I'm getting ready to start my shower. I close the door, lock it, climb into the shower. Steam is already coming up as I love my shower scalding hot. As I'm washing my hair, all of a sudden it gets really cold. I remembered the only way this shower gets cold is if somebody downstairs flushes the toilet. I run out into the hallway soaking wet to see if someone came home early, but to my surprise, no one was there. So I return to my boiling hot shower and turn it off. As I go around the corner and brush my teeth, I see somebody in the mirror looking back at me. I ran through the kitchen and went into my bedroom door and locked it. To calm myself down, I turned on a spinning Disney lamp that sings on my desk and turned up my TV as loud as I can. The next thing you know, my door was opening slowly and my TV shuts off. I look out my door. There's nobody there. I said, okay, maybe it's the house. It is old. I get up to close my door, turn my TV back on, and laid in bed. I was watching TV for a while and both my TV and lamp turn off. Then my lamp turns back on. I look to the side and I see my door wide open. At this point, I was terrified and I pulled my covers up just a little bit and I'm looking out the door towards the staircase. As I'm looking at the staircase, I'm also hearing somebody walk up. I thought it was a home intruder, but then I see a little girl in a red and black polka dotted 1950s style dress, and her hair had those shiny Shirley Temple curls. I looked at this girl as she's coming into my room, and she sits at the end of my bed and starts talking to me. I couldn't quite make out what she was saying to me at first. Being a kid, I didn't think much of her being a ghost, just maybe a neighborhood kid. The door closes. She then actually starts to speak where I understand her and says she wants to play, so I reached under my bed and got a bunch of stuffed animals for us to play with. We began playing and not talking for a while, and then she says, "My name is Elizabeth. What's yours?" I said, "My name is Alexis. This has been really fun." Then I begin to say, "I love the way your dress looks. It's so pretty." I see her get up and walk into my closet, then dissipating like she had never been there. The toys on my bed were still there, even a mark where she had sat on my bed. When my mom came home, I told her I made a new friend. She said, "Who? You're not supposed to have people over." I said, "I didn't." She said, "What do you mean you didn't?" And I explained to her what had just happened. In disbelief, she had went back downstairs to go do laundry, and pretty much simultaneously, my grandmother went to go do the same thing, and all I could hear from my bedroom was a tumbling down one of the stairs. So I run to the back of the staircase, and I see my mother had fallen, so I go run to her to help her up. I then hear my grandmother scream from the other side of the basement, so I run to her after I help my mom get up. She had fallen down some stairs as well. After I helped my grandmother up, I look on her back and she had 3 long scratches. I got scared and told her, and all she could say was, "Whoa." They both returned and did their laundry and came back upstairs. I had been freaking out, and my mom told me not to ever mention the girl Elizabeth ever again. I told her I wouldn't, but I knew that there was something different about me after that day. If you'd like to share your real scary story with me, please shoot me an email.